I'm Connor Zilisch, and you're watching SAFEisFAST. Passing and overtaking is one of the kind of most complicated things about racing, especially endurance racing, where the cars are very similar, and that's why you have to set up a pass. And setting up a pass is thinking of how you're going to make a move corners before it actually happens. So you're trying to look ahead to see what traffic there is, just trying to predict what the person in front of you is going to do and try and force them into a mistake, or over under cross somebody over to make a move. But passes are always set up. It's very hard to make a pass with no run.
In racing, in every series you go, you have different factors that you need to take into account. DRS and Push-To-Pass and other forms like it basically are just something that you have to figure out and play with the game with it. If you don't have it, you have to go old school, kind of the basics that you learn in go-karting, force the guy into a mistake, make the pass naturally. Preparing a pass is a big moment of that. Understanding your opponent as you're driving against him, and knowing where the places are where he's weak, where you're strong, so that you can force him into a defensive maneuver and then get a run on him. That's basically preparing a pass, forcing him into the mistake, and then taking advantage.
Setting up a pass is maybe doing a line that you normally wouldn't, maybe going a little bit wider on entry, pinching the corner off on exit and trying to get as straight as possible, get a better run. It could also mean maybe faking to the inside or faking to the outside, try to get your opponent to look in their mirrors.
Sometimes it also means that you need to drive a bit different. You cannot do the same what the guy in front of you is doing, because otherwise you will just follow him and you have no chance to pass him.
It's analyzing the guy ahead, seeing where he's slower than you, so to figure out where is the best place to attack him. And in which way to attack him also. You can spend a few laps to analyze this.
Whenever you're following a car, you really want to try to look through the car as much as possible. Act like it's not there. You're doing this because it can kind of make you do micro movements if you're just looking at the car in front that you wouldn't normally do. It makes you carry less speed and drive in a different way that's maybe not as efficient. So having that ability to kind of look through the car in front of you is probably one of the most important things.
When you're catching somebody who's maybe slower than you, you don't want to run them over on entry of the corner, right? You want to be able to pass somebody exiting the corner. Your runs are made off of the corner, and it's easy sometimes, when you catch someone who's slower, you run them over in the middle of the corner and then they have the run on exit. You want to make sure you're saving your run for the exit of the corner, and that's one of the tougher things to learn. I really struggled with that coming up the ranks in go-karts. I would always be faster through the middle of the corner and then I'd have no run on the exits.
It depends, for example, if it's a sprint race or a long distance race. I would say a long distance race, it's even more important to not rush because you have enough time, and one small, let's say, mistake can change your whole race, and in the end, worst case, can also finish the race. In a sprint race, of course, you have only few laps, and if you don't go for the pass, maybe you never make up some positions if you are not leading the race.
Well, if you're on a strategy that requires you to save fuel or save tires, then you probably won't help that strategy if you try and attack, But at the same time, you can also hurt your tires, for example. If you need to make them last for a long time, you can hurt them if you're staying close to someone. Then it might be a good idea to try and attack for a couple of laps, see if you can get past, but then make the judgment whether you think you can get past or not, make that decision.
A long game should be played at all time. Rushing an overtake never finish well. The thing you want to avoid when you are setting up a pass is to rush it and to over-try it. Everyone is already 100%, so if you overdo it, then you won't make the pass.
The positives of playing a long game is you can wear out somebody's tires, and maybe that can open up an opportunity to make it even easier to overtake. It cuts down on your risk factor.
Very important thing if you do especially multi-class racing. You need to understand and read the traffic. If you understand this and read the traffic well, you can really make a big difference, and you can pass your competitors in their own class quite easy.
Yeah, traffic can be your best friend to overtake a car and can be your worst enemy if you're being overtaken. It's a bit like a chess game. I think when you're in a fast car, the GTP, you use the slower car to try to make a move, so you're the one making the move. When the fast cars are coming and you're in a GTD, then you have to use them to follow them into an overtaking maneuver.
It's easy to make a mistake when you're trying to overtake, and when you go for it, the classic thing is to lock up and go wide, and the guy goes past again, or even worse, you go off the track and damage the car. So I think it's important, as again, to have confidence in yourself and be focused on the braking part and not panic because you've made the move. And I think for young people sometimes that can probably be the challenge.
Yeah, I love watching natural racing where you have to set up a pass and you can't just pass a guy because your car goes faster in a straight line. I definitely think the art of setting up a pass is something that should be taught to kids at a younger age.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.
And let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next.